The janitor who built a dream. What if the person everyone ignored became the reason an entire town survived? This is the story of a janitor who cleaned floors at night while secretly building a dream that would change thousands of lives forever. Stay till the end, because this story might change the way you see your own struggles. In a small American town called Millbrook, people worked hard, but life was harder. Factories were shutting down. Families were losing homes. Hope was disappearing slowly. And every night, inside an old high school building, a quiet janitor named Michael cleaned empty hallways alone. Nobody noticed him. Nobody asked about his life. To most people, he was invisible. But what nobody knew was this. Every single night after work, Michael stayed inside the school library, teaching himself business from old books. Because deep inside, he carried one impossible dream. He wanted to build a free learning center for struggling kids and unemployed adults. But there was one problem. Michael barely earned enough money to survive. The hard life. Michael's life had never been easy. At age 10, his father left the family. At age 14, he started working part-time jobs. At age 18, he gave up college to help his sick mother pay bills. Years passed. Friends moved forward. Some became lawyers. Some became engineers. Meanwhile, Michael cleaned classrooms at midnight. One winter evening, he sat alone in the cafeteria eating a cheap sandwich. A group of students walked past him laughing. One boy whispered, "Imagine being stuck here forever." Those words hurt deeply, but Michael didn't react. He simply smiled quietly and returned to work. Because pain had taught him something powerful. Never let small minds decide your future. That night, instead of sleeping, Michael opened another library book. He wrote one sentence in a notebook. "My current situation is not my final destination." The secret dream. For the next 7 years, Michael followed the same routine. Work all night. Study early morning. Sleep a few hours. Repeat. People called him strange. Some coworkers laughed at him. "You're too old to dream big," they said. But Michael kept going. He learned about leadership, money, marketing, education systems. Slowly, he started helping struggling students for free after school. At first, only one student came, a shy teenage girl named Emma. She was failing math. Her parents were divorcing. She had completely lost confidence. Michael helped her every afternoon. Not just with homework, but with life. He told her, "Your mistakes do not define you. Your decision to keep trying does." Months later, Emma passed her exams. Then she brought 2 friends. Then 5 more students came. Soon, an empty classroom became a small free tutoring group. Still nobody knew Michael's bigger dream. The breaking point. One day, tragedy struck. The school announced budget cuts. Michael's janitor position was being removed. After 22 years of service, he was unemployed. At 49 years old, no savings, no house, no backup plan. That night, Michael sat alone on a park bench in freezing cold weather. For the first time in years, he cried. Not because he lost his job, but because he thought his dream had died too. As snow slowly fell around him, his phone vibrated. It was a message from Emma. "Mr. Michael, I got accepted into college today. Thank you for believing in me." Then another message came. And another. Former students started sending videos. "You changed my life. You saved me from depression. You made me believe in myself. I never gave up because of you." Michael stared at the screen silently. Then something inside him changed forever. He realized something powerful. Success is not measured by how much money you make. It's measured by how many lives you change. The big risk. The next morning, Michael made the scariest decision of his life. He used every dollar he had left to rent a tiny abandoned store building. The roof leaked. The walls were cracked. People thought he was crazy. But Michael saw possibility where others saw failure. He cleaned the building himself. painted the walls himself, built desks from thrown-away wood. Then he placed a sign outside. Free Community Learning Center. The first week nobody came. The second week only 3 people arrived. One teenager, one single mother, one unemployed factory worker. Still, Michael taught them with full passion, because he believed something most people forget. Big success often starts invisibly. The miracle. Months passed. Videos of Michael's classes slowly spread online. People were inspired by his story. Volunteers started arriving. Teachers offered free help. Local businesses donated supplies. Then one day, a famous entrepreneur saw Michael's story on social media. During an interview, he said, "America needs more people like Michael." The video went viral. Donations exploded overnight. News channels arrived. Reporters interviewed students. And within 2 years, Michael's tiny learning center became one of the largest free education programs in the state. Thousands of struggling families received help. Teenagers escaped crime. Adults learned new job skills. Single parents rebuilt their lives. And the janitor nobody noticed became the symbol of hope for an entire community. Emotional climax. At the grand opening of the new campus, Michael stood before a massive crowd. His hands trembled emotionally. Then he said, "For years people saw me as just a janitor. But every human being carries invisible greatness inside them. Never let your current job, your past failures, or society's opinions decide your worth, because sometimes the people ignored by the world become the people who change it." The audience stood up crying and applauding. But Michael looked toward the back quietly, because standing there was his old mother smiling proudly. The woman he sacrificed everything for, and in that moment, every painful struggle suddenly became worth it. Ending message. Maybe life feels unfair right now. Maybe people underestimate you. Maybe your dream feels impossible. But remember this, a seed looks small before it becomes a forest. Keep learning. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Because your story is not over yet. And one decision, one opportunity, one moment of courage can change your entire life forever. If this story touched your heart, subscribe for more emotional, inspiring stories. Comment below. Never give up. And share this video with someone who needs hope today.